when you go back to Kemet, to the oldest primordial, what they're called the primordial symbols of creation, they're called the Ugduad. And Menkepra, you like that? You like this because these are the original. These are the original deities of duality. So they're the deities of duality, and I'm going to go over here to their names of duality. And they are Nun, the dual counterpart is Nunet, Heket, Kek, Keket, and Keret. These simply mean Nun are the particles and waves of creation, or the waves of water. Nunet being the feminine. Hehu means eternity. It's where the number 8 came from, that little swirl that you see over here, which is the flax, a symbol of eternity, because the flax was used to mummify, is really called sahu, but to mummify the body, which was to keep the physical body eternal. So this is where you get the number 8 coming from sideways, which becomes a symbol of eternity. This is Kek, Kekut. Kek is a word for darkness. And this symbolizes dark matter and the original aspects of darkness before the creation of the sun. And then you have Ker and Keret, which is the under particles. Under are the those which are under atom are the subatomic particles which make up creation. So all these 8 are the symbol of the 8 dualities of creation. And because they're primordial, and they go back to the origins, they're drawn as reptiles and amphibians.
The snake just moved on it, so you said that. That's dope.
Oh, yeah. It's reptiles and amphibians. So when you look at them closely, you'll see the serpent's head, the frog, the lizard's head, and these were the deities that were under Tehuti.
Authentic Venom Show. Did they get that from that? Serpent, the frog, and
yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
The serpent, the frog, the lizard.
Yeah.
And,
It's a toad too?
Yeah, it's a toad, the frog, the lizard, the serpent, and these are the symbols because our original life forms were of a reptilian or are of a reptile nature. The actual oldest part in our brain is in the back of the brain that connects the spine to the brain. It's called the reptilian brain.
You're saying like the first ones out the ocean?
Yeah, the first thing, it represents the first things out the ocean, which is when you first came out of the ocean, you were amphibious, like a mud guppy. And then as you had to create scales. The scales actually keep the water inside the flesh, keeping the flesh waterproof so that reptiles could go further away from the waters. But reptiles evolved from amphibians that had to keep going back and forth in the water. Then certain ones kept going away, and they developed scales which kept them waterproof so they could travel further away. But the Kemetians knew this, so their original symbols of creation were reptiles and amphibians. And this is how the symbol. I'm sorry, because they were under Tehuti. Stop, man.
Crocodile.
Yeah, because they were under Tehuti. You see Tehuti here with the symbol of the reptiles or the 2 serpents that the king Seti, this is Seti, had to look at in the afterlife. I like that sound. Had to look at in the afterlife. In order to stay alive, because the serpent represented the raising of the Kundalini. So like I said, when they stole this and put this in the Torah, they put this in the Torah in Numbers 21:8, as Moses said, make a snake and put it on a pole, and anyone who's bitten looks at it and you will live. This is the pole right here. Here is the serpent, and here is Seti looking at it so that he can get the unk to his nose to continue on in the afterlife. And because it was a symbol of living, this is why it became a symbol of the World Health Organization, supposedly a company to help you to live. That's actually not.
What? Look at that map behind that.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to say it's flat.
Look at this map.
That's what you got to say.
Isn't that the flat Earth map?
That's not a map.
That's what you got.
That looks like a flat. They already know. They already know.
So
Continue.
and you guys look out for
That's a big snake then. That snake takes over the whole globe.
This is the symbol of the serpent, which became a symbol of wisdom, and this is why when we go over here and look at this symbol right here, this is King Tut, and all the pharaohs. You notice they had this symbol around their hood. This was called the Namuz. And Namuz meant enlightened wisdom, and it was the serpent's hood that raised when a serpent was excited, a cobra particularly, because a cobra is a king cobra. It's a cobra that actually eats other snakes. So it's a dominating snake, and the radiance that comes off of someone's head was symbolized by the expansion of the cobra's hood. So this became a symbol of intelligence and judgment, which is why the judges of early Britain wore this symbol right here. And they had to wear this because it represented Tehuti and it represented the Namuz of the serpent over here. And the judgment was the Ma'at symbol right there. And the Ma'at is the scale that the lawyers have to have on their table. And that's why when they stole it and put it in the book of Genesis, the serpent became associated with the knowledge of good and evil, because if you can scale knowledge between good and evil, then you can be a good judge. So that's in Genesis 3:5. It says, "For God does know in the day thereof, your eyes shall be open and you shall be as gods." What makes you a god? Knowing good from evil. Right? So that's that was just a small breakdown of the symbol of the serpent. And one real thing real quick is there's a symbol in the Purim Haru and in the coffin text, the symbol of in the Amduat book, of Osiris on top of the serpent. And he's on top of the 7 steps. This is why the number 7 became so significant, because it was the 7 steps of the Sakkara. When you reach up the 7 steps, you reach the highest point, and the symbol of traveling up those steps was the Kundalini, which sat at the bottom by what they call the root chakra, and would expand, and also represented a portal of how you travel. So the ancient Kemetians wore serpents, and their symbols of fertility and their symbols of original creation were serpents and amphibians. And me following that path ever since I was a child, I used to hunt other reptiles with reptiles. I used to catch turtles, and turtles used to come out to the pond with me and help me hunt. So I would catch them from the wild, then I would let them go beside me, and they would swim beside me. That would attract other turtles, and the ones that were mine would never swim away from me. So I've been
Wow.
Yeah, I've been.
You used to swim in the ocean with turtles.
And turtles hunt. What they?
Well, the turtles. I was hunting for other turtles.
Right.
So turtles are social. A lot of turtles are social.
Right.
So when they saw the turtles beside me, the other turtles from the wild would come, and then I would catch them.
Wow. So you got an army of turtles.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
I used to catch turtles and frogs, and I've always been connected to reptiles and amphibians. And then as I got older, I realized the ancient symbolism, which made me attracted to them even more. And that's why I was known down in the Venice area.
I think they made a cartoon about that one time,
man.
yo.
About what? About the
Turtles.
What? You had a slow tortoise to do what?
Nah, I think they're Ninja Turtles.
oh the, the Teenage Ninja Mutant.
Yeah.
Teenage Ninja Mutant
He
Turtles.
was like Splinter. He used to train the turtles.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Yeah. So that's the breakdown of the simple. That's a quick breakdown of the serpent. I will be here next Wednesday. We'll do more thorough break this week. Next, right? I'll be here next this Wednesday coming up, breaking down more information and also having a very interesting conversation with a brother that I saw on here who's seems to be heavily into astrology. We'll have a good conversation, and everybody look out for AD will put my link in this when it drops. That is to the YouTube, so you guys will get the notification of when my podcast comes out. Peace and love. So that's a simple breakdown of why I'm attracted to reptiles, amphibians.
Do you get
and why even are you? Is this? I don't know if that's one, but on the pharaoh's head, you have one, but it's not on the pharaoh's head. They have the serpent representing wisdom and the third eye.
Do you get your gas from Shell? It's a dad joke.
You got to do the drum.
That's the Royal Falcon on there. Hey, Rule. That's the Jed, and then they got Tahuti's staff on there. I think that's the staff of Set.
Right, and I think these are the 2 serpents right here. It looks like those are a Set. Yeah. And I've had the 2 cobras. Yeah. So that's a quick breakdown right there.
That was fun.
Peace and love.
All right, let's keep it going. That was dope. Yeah, that was dope. The judge's part's crazy. I've never even seen that one.